BU Scholar here, bringing you episode 281. And guess who's not in the playoffs? We are. So I've gone through and gave my grades like I do every year to my players. But we're going to go over that when we get to the part where it says re-sign your players. Let's go over them all at the same time. Let's go to the divisional round, see who's going in the divisional round. It's not the Packers. 2 years straight, no playoffs. Turning from injury, Marquise Betts. All right. What's that playoff schedule look like now? Got wild card was Houston defeating Jacksonville. 5 seed beating the 3 seed. No, it wouldn't be a 5 versus 4, right? Texans at Jags. Browns at Bengals. The Jags and Browns are backwards. Sometimes you can't tell. Okay, Jags. Texans at Jags. That's the 5 beating the 4. And Cincinnati, this is the 6 beating the 3. And the Cowboys were the 6. The Cowboys beat Atlanta, which were the 3. And the Vikings, the 4, beat the Eagles, were the 5. So a lot of wild card upsets there. So we got Texans at Raiders. Raiders are the 1 seed. That's amazing. Cowboys at Giants. The Giants are the 1 seed. Vikings at the 49ers, which are the 2 seed. And we're not in the playoffs. No playoff games to watch. Conference Championship week. How's everyone doing today? Right. Playoff schedule. The answer is, I didn't look. The Raiders, the 1-seeded Raiders whooping up on the Texans. The Giants losing to the Cowboys. The 1-seeded Giants have lost to the Cowboys. That's a huge upset. 6-1. Dolphins. Bengals. The Bengals 6-seeded beat the Dolphins. 6-2 there. Raiders, Texans. Oh, I got that. This is backwards because the Raiders would have played. Raiders would play the Dolphins, so the Dolphins were the 1 seed. Can't tell from that. They should fix that. I like the new one. They have that. Shows the wildcard standings and the projected seeding and stuff like that. But so yay, Minnesota lost and the Giants lost. So what do we got? We got conference championship of Cowboys at the 49ers. The Bengals at the Raiders. Let's go Raiders. 49ers. Because it's the Cowboys. No one likes the Cowboys. And up next is the Pro Bowl. And we get to see who's in the Super Bowl. Let's go to playoff schedule. I don't want to look. Oh, did I pick? I didn't pick playoff. Oh, it switches now. Conference championship. Dallas beat San Francisco. Cincinnati beat Oakland. The Bengals are the 6 seed. The Dallas Cowboys. It's the 6 versus 6 Super Bowl. That never happens. Well, I'm going Bengals over Dallas for the Super Bowl. Probably be the other way around because that's my luck. Oh, we can look at the Pro Bowl. Isn't that under awards? Yeah. Prompton, Weston, Dahl, Purcell, Boyden, Hood, Harrington. Look at there's us. 82 overall Weathers. Ballard, Bigham, Henderson, Hemingway, Stay Whites, Spindle, Ransom. Just put the full name in there. Will, Buck, Roby, Connor, Jeff Goat, Thomas Milson, Quizer. Jabari Mack made the Pro Bowl. Wow, we suck at life. It's our kicker and punter. We suck at life because they made the Pro Bowl and we didn't. Jabari Mack made the Pro Bowl. Next week's the Super Bowl. Can you even look up like the Pro Bowl score? Does it even show anywhere? Maybe it shows under league schedule, but I don't think so. You don't even know what the Pro Bowl score was. Really silly game. So combine scores are here now? Nope, not yet. Just push through on whatever. We're picking 19th and 4th and 19th and 20th, 19th and 19th and 19th and 19th. Yeah, a long ways ago. Okay, we're into the 4th round. I watched a really good movie called Underdog on Amazon. Good football movie. I really enjoyed it. I mean, kind of knew what was going to happen, but still, it was fun. Okay. That's done, and now we're going to go to the off-season, and we'll have our big spiel about how everybody did. Figure out who won the Super Bowl. Who do you think it was? Bengals or Cowboys? Cowboys or Bengals? Seems like a season recap before you go to the off season. I don't know. I don't know what you do right here to make the Super Bowl like it's kind of an afterthought. Like it should be right here. Super Bowl winner right there. We have 17 players. What does this say? Asher Favors retired. Holy moly, is our defense? Oh. Alright, let's look. League schedule. Super Bowl. Dallas. The Dallas Cowboys crushed. Is that Ray Weston? No, Meeks. Cincy, man. It's hard to tell. No, 3 interceptions by their quarterback. That would do you in. Turnovers 4-0. 21 points. So they actually, Dallas was ahead. They dropped 3 touchdowns in the 4th quarter. So there you go, guys. That's the Cowboys' first win of a Super Bowl since like never the early 90s or something, right? Because they never won in this one. I'm not even sure when the Bengals last won a Super Bowl. We have 17 players on our thing. I only have 11, so there's 6 additional ones. So we might sign some of these players. I don't know. Oh, we should do retirements, and we know already. Asher Favors retired. There, Ricks. Case Bortles. Kendall Beekman. Robert Rambo. Jackson Luke. Mario Manning Mclaughlin. Mario Mclaughlin, guys! He won a Super Bowl with us. Scott Weary retired. Oh, that was on my thing. He was the punter for the Saints. He retired. Casey Steels. All these names. But man, Mario McLaughlin. Wesley Sharp retired. No middle linebacker. Melvin Cuba retired. Jared Goff retires. I think he's the last player. I think that's it, guys. I think there's no more players left. Andy Gardart. Mike Jarrett retires. Oh, that's it for that. There's some big names in there. Look at our defense now. Barton's at 73 because we've hit Regression too. Do we not? Yep, let's look at my team Regression. Taylor Barton's not going to be on the team. Doesn't matter. Corey Arrington. Yeah, he's going to be on the team. I really don't want him to start. Casey Wims. Jackson Gunn is not going to be on the team. Not going to be on the team. Yes, he's going to be on the team. Not on the team. Oh, yeah. No, wait. Which one is? All 3 of them. Struvod. No, Struvod's staying, right? Struvod's staying. No, Glenn Struvod's not staying. Artmore is not staying. Swoop's not staying. No, Swoop is staying. CJ is not staying. Kick power's down to 92. Lindsey Frazier's not staying. Lucky. And just these little guys that are... Oh, the battery's low. That stinks. Lions. Jabari Mack. Went to the Pro Bowl. Banks Wilson. Down to a 25, down to 91. 95 for him. Philip Downey's down to 20. We got the Bears. I gotta plug my controller in for a little bit, I think. Henry Bridgewater, 32 years old, still a 99 overall. That's pretty amazing. How is that even possible? I don't even know. And then Vikings. Glover, Strike. Aller, Lincoln Farrington. Okay. 17 players. I should have charged my... Frazier, Michael Weldon. He wants a 4-year deal now. 31 million. I just don't know about that. 2-year, 1 year, 92 kick power. Might do that, just... We'll see. Some of the prices have gone down, that's nice. Casey. Justice Swift. Bassett. Oh, the Michael Weldon, 27 years old, so 27, 28, 29, 30. He was pretty good last year. With 3.32 million in cap space. 170 a year. Rather, man, 31 million. Nah, I think we'll let him go test the market. Okay, I'm gonna just do some quick bookkeeping. Bookkeeping, that's funny. Charge my controller for a little bit, and we'll start stage one. All right, it's time to go over the yearly awards and stuff, and we're gonna start with the not resigned. There's 17 of them, so we got some gaps to fill. But first is Lindsey Frazier, who was traded for a couple of years ago. He had 97 tackles and 6 pass defenses. The rest of the stats I'm gonna leave off. That was third in tackles, third in pass defenses on the team. We traded for him. Maybe, what number is he? He's 32. Trying to figure out when I traded for him. I should have looked this up before we did this. Terry Mack. $29 maybe? Nope. I just saw something. We traded for the Bears to get their first round pick in 2029, and they picked up JT Hodge, and he's pretty good. It's pretty good. That was not probably the best trade for us. Lindsey Frazier was on the team in 28. Not in 27, so he must have been traded for in 28. Mid-round trade. We traded 2 fourths and a 7th for him in 2028, and now we're going to let him go in 30 at the end of 33. Gave him B. He was a good player. He was one of the highlights of this defense. Glenn Struvad, 3 sacks given up in the entire year. The running game wasn't great, and a lot of that was them letting George Weathers get tackled right away. So I gave him a C+, because we still did get Rookie of the Year for George Weathers, but it wasn't the best. Jackson Gunn, same thing with him. He gave up 1 sack. He only played 12 games because he got hurt, but I gave him a C+ for his efforts. Tyler Barton. Tyler Barton was a free agent pickup. He led the team in tackles. Easily led the team in tackles, and he's second in pass defenses with 7. And he is a pretty good free agent pickup that we had for a couple of years. Because we were just desperate for... Let's see, that's Perryman. When did we pick him up? What number is he? 49? So we picked him up in 29 then? 20. Picked him up in 30. Did we trade for him? Oh yeah, we traded for him. We traded a very bad running back, Jeremiah Collette, a 6th and a 7th for him in 30. So halfway through 30. So if we look at his stats, halfway through 30, 31 he was a backup, and then he became the starter for 32 and 33. You know what else I want to do? The players that we go over, because I want to give it a franchise tag. They're going to do that, you know. If we press the withdraw offer, not interested. Okay, we did Gwen Stubody. And we did Jackson Dunn, Tyler Barton, Okay, next up on our thing was Jared Eastlake. And it's funny, you know what? He was a 77. Oh, Tyler Barton, I'm sorry, I went back. 77. And Regression has knocked him all the way down to a 73. So, a lot lower now, too. Jared Eastlake, just a backup, incomplete grade. Played 62 snaps. CJ Markson. We're gonna let him test free agent. See, where is he? He did great. He was great. He was a Pro Bowl kicker. He made 90% of the field goals. Had 1 extra point blocked. It's very impressed with him. Very good kicker. But like I said, we'll just check out free agency. Dustin Schmidt was a draft pick that we drafted. And let me look at him here. Dustin Schmidt. Oh, this has everybody. I don't want it to have everybody. Okay, hold on. Dustin Schmidt. Okay, second round pick in 2030. He got an incomplete grade his first year because he didn't play enough. He was a starter in 2031. He got a C- because he wasn't very good. Incomplete grades for the last 2 years, so he has really not done a whole heck of a lot. We're not interested in keeping him, so he is on his way to the free agent market. Michael Weldon, this is so torn by Michael Weldon because he's really good. I gave him a B-. He was one of the highlights. Him and Lindsey Frazier are pretty good. You know, I mean, we had some problems on our defense, let me tell you, and it wasn't him. So, but he just wants 4 years and $31 million at 27, and I just can't do it. I just want to explore free agency with as much money as possible. We have like $40 million right now, you know, and give him 7 a year is kind of rough. Yeah, as I was saying, Michael Weldon, give him a B-. He was tied 4th in tackles and tied in 2nd in sacks on the team. Did really good, and then he moved him to middle linebacker to hold down the spot for a little bit. But I think I'm going to check him out, let him go, because it's left outside linebacker that's expensive. And let's see what's his number. He's number 57. He's not on the team at 29, so we must have traded for him in 30. Maybe we didn't. Yeah, he's right here, 30. So was he a... Drafted him in 30. Oh, wow. Okay. I thought we picked him up, but... No, he was a 3rd round pick. 2030. But... he's older. And now... I just can't do it. Can't do it. Love to do it, but... Alright, and then next up is... It's interesting, I should have been able to tell. Yeah, oh, dang it, I could have told. Alright, so we'll just withdraw that offer there. CJ Markston. We're just gonna go in this order actually, so Casey Clifton. He is back on the team after being not resigned, and he's going to be not resigned again, but he was 3rd in sacks, and he played a lot more because Michael Weldon moved over, and he had to play, and he did pretty good. He had one really good game, and unfortunately, we're just going to withdraw the offer here. He was a 5th round pick. No, 3rd round pick. He was a 3rd round pick, too. Stefan Norman. Click, 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 click. Stefan Norman. Incomplete grade left end. We didn't do much with him. I think you look at the previous year. What number is he? 93. He was on the active roster in 32. And Neil Stallings, so we must have picked him up in 32. When did we pick him up? As a practice squad player, maybe? Just looking. Sometimes it's hard to tell. I don't know, it's not that important. Trent. Let's see, what do we got for him? He got an incomplete grade. He only played 12 snaps. DeMarcus Blackburn. He got a C. He had 292 snaps and 4 catches and a touchdown. And, you know, give him a C because he was an okay blocking tight end. Justice Swoops. Incomplete grade. He only played 33 snaps. Luget. Incomplete grade. Played 33 snaps. Whistler Cheek. 9 tackles, 1 pass defense on 163 snaps, so that's an incomplete. Art Moore is an incomplete grade. He didn't play any snaps or get any stats. Well, if you don't play any snaps, you can't. And then Gerard was the quarterback we picked up as a free agent to just in case, and Donald Rose never got hurt, so that was pretty good. Let's go to the draft tracker. And we'll go by year. And I don't know, we gotta go by round. And then by year. And then by cut or sort. Okay, so what we had left on our team, Adrian Best, we cut him in the offseason. Glenn Stuva, we already talked about. Jackson Gunn, we already talked about. These are how's this going by? Oh, this is going by year. So that was 23, 25, 25, 26. We really don't have any long-term draft picks. 26, Jordan Matson is the oldest draft pick we now have on our team. Because 23 and 225s retired. Or were not re-signed. So those long-term ones like Scott Weary, who just retired, and Neil Stallings, who retired. But Jordan Matson's still there. And he got a C+. Didn't go to Pro Bowl. He gave up 8 sacks. The left tackle position is a hard position. And but we still did have Weatherly win Rookie of the Year. Austin Zeusfex, second in yards, second in receptions, and 4th in touchdowns with 899 yards and 3 touchdowns. I gave him a B. Pretty solid tight end. Gonna get that 1,000 yard, but I don't think he will because he's gonna start regressing. No, and he was never really fast in the first place with 84 speed, so he might be a candidate for the speed boost. I don't know. Let's see, other second round pick in 2027 was Ish. And Ish was our main corner on a team that wasn't great for defensively. So let me hold on a second. All right, as we were saying, Ish Bugatti, not a great corner that we drafted in the second round in 27, but first in pass defenses with 8 and tied first with interceptions with 2 because we don't intercept the ball much. Talked about Casey Clifton. Michael Hutchinson's was a 28 round 3. We don't have a 27 round 1 or 2. Round 3 player. He got a B- for his stats. And it's just because Weathers won Rookie of the Year. Kason Wims was a 5th round pick in 28. And he is the backup to Herbert. And he got to start a little bit. Played 312 snaps. He had 24 tackles, no sacks, and 3 tackles for a loss. So just not great. And then in 2029, we had the number 2 pick overall. We took Lewis Mclaughlin. He got a B for his things. He was tied 4th on tackles in the team. Kind of a down year. And the whole defense did, because I don't think they have a pass rush. But Darren Eccles, we missed a lot of time because he was injured. Had 3 tackles on 85 snaps and gave him an incomplete. Donald Groves was our he was a second round pick in 29. Donald Groves was a second round pick in 29 as well, and he had a down year too. The whole team just fell flat. I gave him a C. He was he threw for 3,700 yards, 23 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 61% completion rating for a 91.4 QBR. He took 30 sacks. This was his lowest rated year. This wasn't a great year. Craig Billups got traded in week 8. He was a first round pick in 30. DeMarcus Blackburn, we talked about already. The tight end. Talked about Dustin Schmidt. Russell Herbert is the only one that we re-signed. Well, we signed someone else too, but we signed Russell Herbert, and he tied the team 4th for tackles for a loss. Neither of these defensive tackles were very good, so I don't know. I don't know if what his deal is. He's just not capable of generating pressure. He's not a big body, so we'll see. Talked about LaMichael Weldon. Darqueze Stinson got a B. He was one of the solid players. 98 tackles, 9 tackles for a loss, 4 sacks, 1 pass defense, 1 forced fumble on 1,139 snaps. That's second in tackles, 3rd for tackles and loss, 4th in sacks on the team at the right outside linebacker position. So he's okay. He's okay, and I believe that next year is his. Yeah, he's gonna want a contract next year. Jeffrey Lucky, running back, was a second-round pick, and he got passed by Hayward, and he got an incomplete grade. Ran the ball 20 times for 3.5 yards carry, and had 1 fumble. He's not a good second-round pick. There's a lot of bad second-round picks, just like Josh Jackson, who got traded today. Titus Hayward was a 4th-round pick that beat out Jeffrey Lucky, but he didn't have enough snaps either, and he averaged 3.9 yards a carry, which is the best out of all our running backs. He is our best running back, but was giving it to Weathers, who was younger, to try to, and a little more skilled. But Titus must have the better stat, like, combination. I don't know why Gilbert Weathers falls down so easily, but he does. We traded Amari Burt, which was a 5th-round pick in 31 this year. One of our trades, we'll talk about that in a minute. 32, first-round pick was Darius Church. And Darius Church, slow dev. He got a B, 87 tackles, 21 tackles for a loss, 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble. 21 tackles for a loss is first in tackles for a loss by 10. I'm good with this left end. He's good. Got him for 2 more years. Strong safety, Joel Harden. Cannot. Oh yeah, he can. He was on the practice squad, so he didn't play. He's a 2nd-round pick. Julian Pointer was the other 2nd-round pick. We picked up 2. He played 349 snaps and has 8 tackles and 1 pass defense. He actually didn't play great when he had a chance to play, so I gave him a D. I'm not happy with that performance, but he did beat out the 2nd-round pick. Oh, he was a 2nd-round pick too, so they were both 2nd-round picks. Dillard Phillips was a tight end that we picked in the 4th round, and he's not on here. Got a practice squad player. And then Julius Cash, who did our punt returning and kick returning. He was first in kick return and punt returning. Actually, shockingly, the better punt returner and kick returner. Gave him a C. Played enough snaps to qualify, but he only had 8 tackles. But a lot of his snaps are on kick returns, so it's hard to penalize him for that. This is the 2032 draft, by the way. Incomplete grade for the cornerback Mike Chris Favors. He didn't have enough play time. Practice squad for middle linebacker Waters, who's now the 2nd. He's the primary backup to Barton. who's going to walk. So we're going to have 2 linebackers on this team, Blugett and Waters, and they're both not good. Backup center, drafted backup center with the 6th pick, and he got a C+ because he played a little bit because Gunn got hurt. And you can see Gunn is a 75 and he's a 73. So if Gunn was staying on the team, he'd have a good chance to start. But we'll see what happens about that position. We drafted a quarterback and in the 7th round just randomly, and he was terrible and he got cut. So now we're to our 2033 players, in which 4 of them competed or contributed, and 3 didn't get enough play time, and 3 were on the practice squad. So Gilbert Weathers, 1st round pick, Rookie of the Year, Pro Bowler, 10 touchdowns, 1,380 yards, 4 more touchdowns in the air, 400 receiving yards. So I gave him a B+. I wish he would just, he's close. He's close to being an A running back, but he's got to be at 4 yards a carry. Our 2nd round pick, Marquise Betts, got hurt, but he was going to do punt return and kick return duty. He only played 138 snaps, and he was bad. So we got an incomplete grade. There's another 2nd round pick that isn't good. Now, that makes me nervous because we have lots of 2nd round picks. And so far, all I've been saying about 2nd round picks is bleh, bleh, bleh. So, but sometimes there's a couple of 2nd round picks in there that are pretty good. I'll do a quick rundown after we're done with this. Ulrich was a 3rd round rookie that started and gave him C+ because of the reasons I gave for all the other linemen. We had 2 other 3rd round picks, a tight end that you can't see on the screen, and a wide receiver you don't see on the screen. They both got incomplete grades. Jimmy Ransom, Donald Bonot. Do we see him at all? I don't think so. Yep. So those are all. And the kicker that we put on the practice squad, Noah Merritt, was a punter that we drafted and then cut our punter that we signed. And I just gave him a shot. And so he had a 45.6 average, which was 17th best in the league. A 40.1 net, which was 18th best in the league. So very slightly below average. 15 punts with inside the 20, which is 2. Now, high inside the 20s mean that you're punting the ball a lot. So I'm not sure that's a great stat. And then 7 touchbacks, which also tied for 2nd. You don't want touchbacks either, so touchbacks are bad. He had a 60-yard long, which was 2nd longest. But I gave him a C. He's actually like a C-. So I'm going to change it. It's going to be a C-. He just, he's no Scott Weary, that's for sure. And then we had a right outside linebacker who got to play a little bit because of injury, Ebron. It wasn't good for him. 439 snaps, 14 tackles, no other things. But he's raw. So that's all of our it's all of our draft picks that are remaining on the team. So we look at our 1st round grades on average of right around B. No A's this year. Our 2nd round average, kind of like C or incomplete, and a D. Not good. Our 3rd rounds are available. B, C, incomplete, B. A little bit better than 2nd round. 4th rounds, kind of C-ish. 5th rounds, C-ish. 6th rounds, C-ish. 7th rounds, C-ish. Maybe D. So, yeah, it's harder to find talent in those 2nd rounds, especially the way I play with the limit to 30 people. Because I watch other series and they scout like 150 players of the things, and they're like, well, I can pick all these good players because every 4th round pick that's going to be the top 10 talent as long as you could draft him. You already know you can take him in the 3rd round and it's a safe bet, When you limit yourself to 30 players, it just makes the draft so much harder. It's so much better that way. It's just way too easy. It's easy mode in Madden. And we got a couple more things to talk about. We had 3 offensive player or player of the week kind of thing. Gilbert Weathers won an offensive, or no. Wesley Sharp, defensive player of week 1. Donald Groves, offensive player of week 4. Casey Clifton, defensive player of week 12. Because we were terrible. We did terrible. We talked about CJ Markham. All right, people we signed. All right, we were desperate for a pass rush, so we took up Denzel Wrestling. We didn't, you're not allowed to look at their stats, which is stupid. And I can see that in 22 you can't do it. It's still stupid. But we got signed up a 4-year, $33 million deal. And you got a B+. He was the highest rated player on defense for me that I graded out. Second in tackles for a loss, first in sacks with 7.5. You get an A if you get 10, A- basically. But 7.5 led the team. He was the best, and it was a good signing. We took up CJ Markham, but I already talked about him. And then Patrick Martis was the other one that we signed, and we traded basically Jonathan Bradham. We cut Jonathan Bradham so we could afford him, and I gave him an A-. He almost had 1,000 rushing yards or 1,000 receiving yards. He was first in receptions, first in yards, and tied second for touchdowns. So he was pretty good for considering how anemic our passing game really felt. We signed Antoine Bethier, and halfway through the season, I made him the starter over Arrington, and Anyways, he was tied first for forced fumbles. That's his big claim to fame there. I gave him a C. Punter that we signed, we cut, and we talked about the rest of the players. Re-signed Clarence Chrome. We did not talk about him. We traded for him, and we gave him B-, which was a little better than the other players. Actually, I'm going to change that to a C+ like the other ones. Yes. He was trading him in 31 or 30. Give me a second there. Oh yeah, we traded Antonio Lloyd for Clarence Chrome. So that was our trade there. I know it's a lot of information. I'm just like blah 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 blah. We did their not resigns. Drafted players were talked about. Cutting Adrian Best and Jonathan Bradham was a big money-saving move. Wesley Sharp retired. And then we traded for Terrell Kirkland, the wide receiver, which we see he's like 4th on here right now. He got an incomplete grade because he only played 128 snaps, but he caught 14 balls. And then Provis, who ran the ball for 5 yards, but he played 357 snaps and had 7 catches, and basically was a running thing. I gave him a C. It wasn't great, but And no, we still have 8 players left because I didn't finish them all off. I guess. Now we can franchise tag them. That makes me nervous. Can we just say not? No, you can't say you're not interested. I'll save it to make sure that it doesn't apply the franchise tag on me. I don't know when it did to Clay Matthews and the kicker. I think I got off because of the kicker. It went through or whatever. That's it, guys. That's a rundown of our draft and stuff like that. And it was a lot of information, but I like doing it. I like talking about it just so I remember the players, and it just keeps breathing life into the Madden as we get farther into it, where there's so many new people. Austin, did Skip Bayless just say that Asher Favors could be in the Hall of Fame? No, not at all. And we'll start the new episode with stage 1 of the 2024 season. 34, I mean. And, yeah, because it is, it's the off season, but really I feel like it's the next year's, because they're going to play on next year's team, and that doesn't, but whatever. That's how I record it. Thanks for watching. BU Squalor signing out.